So hey guys, we are back with another video and GPT-5 is here. It's already I think 1 o'clock in India and I just decided to make a video because you know the craze everyone had for this model is unbelievable, right? I think from last 2 years after 2023, once GPT-4 was here, everyone was hoping that every 2 months GPT-5 will be here. We got GPT-4o, we got GPT 4.1, 4.5, O3, O1, O4, and high and low versions of those models. But finally, after 2 years of wait, GPT-5 is here in the market. Let's have a quick look of what's available to us. Okay, so coming to the presentation which they showed, right? If you look at the presentation, you will realize front end is a gone case for a lot of developers, right? The way GPT-5 is able to understand the patterns and the instructions that has been given to the model, you'll get to know that it can do far more than what any other model has been able to do when it comes to at least front end tasks. The from the demo itself, it is very much clear the understanding of the model about code is more than any other model in the industry right now. And fortunately, I have GPT-5 available in my cursor and windsurf right now. So most probably I'll try to make some code changes tomorrow in one of my personal projects, and I'll use GPT-5 in that, and I'll let you guys know what are my views on it. I'll make a separate video covering the actual usage of GPT-5 and what are my views on it. Okay, now coming to what they have revealed in the benchmarks. Before benchmarks, so they have revealed some games that you guys can also go and play. These games are made by GPT-5. They just give it the prompt. The prompt is also available, what you need to do, and these games actually look really good. Now, the major things, right? The benchmarks, the AIME 2025 competition math. Here, if you look at it, right, GPT-5 Pro, right, it achieves a 100% accuracy. OpenAI O3 was already achieving 98.4%, but these are with Python. And if you look at GPT-5 Pro without tools, it's 96%. It's really high, right? And GPT-5 has hybrid model, so you can either use it in thinking mode or without thinking mode. Okay. Now frontier math, tier 1 to 3, expert level math. Here I think everyone was expecting that GPT-5 is definitely going to outperform all the existing models. If you look at O3, it was 15.8, O4 mini was 19.3, and this is equivalent to the chat GPT agent, which is browser plus computer plus terminal. But this model is on using Python, is able to compete with that. And without tools, I was expecting better, but it's fine. 13.5% is fine. And GPT-5 Pro, when you look at using Python given as a tool, you will see 32.1%. Okay. Now the most important thing, right, which I was really interested in, was humanities last exam. So everyone is doing this, right? I think every single company is trying to achieve the best performance here in humanities last exam. And the power of thinking, you will see here, guys. Without thinking, GPT-5 without tools was giving 6.3. With thinking, this accelerated to 4 times, 24.8. That is 4 times increase, guys. This is a really huge thing. And if you look at GPT-5 Pro without tools, that's 30.7. Impressive performance. And GPT-5 Pro Python plus search with block list, 42%. So I think the current the best model which was performing here was, I remember, Gemini 2.5 Pro till 1 month back, and then Claude 4 Sonnet came 2 months back. That was also giving really good performance, because GPT 4.1 no one was expecting that good results, and 4.0 was giving 5.3. So it's really great progress, right? From 5.3 to GPT-5 Pro, that is 30.7. So yeah, in coding, this model is performing fantastic. If you see GPT-5 with thinking, it's giving 74.9 on the accuracy, right, of SWE benchmark. Now polyglot one, right, multi-language code editing. Here also with thinking, the accuracy, just see the accuracy increase, 26.7 to 88. That is almost 3 times increase, right? Yeah, that is almost 3 times increase. So we can say for sure, at least for GPT-5, thinking is helping a lot. If you are using GPT-5 and if you think the problem is really hard and it requires thinking, please do turn it on. Maybe the credits will go fast, but if you don't turn it on, there's a high chance that maybe if that problem is extremely complex, you won't be able to solve it anyway, right? So yeah. Now I'm really interested in the multimodal one, because everyone is making these LLMs, LMM, right? Large multimodal models, not only language, right? So with and without thinking, I see a 10% clear difference here in GPT-5. I was interested in seeing the GPT-5 Pro results here, but it's fine. Maybe the GPT-5 Pro model, right? They have only made it available for some selected users. That is for, I think, Pro and Plus users. So maybe they have some other plans for 5 Pro. Now let's look at what they have made sure that they will deliver us faster and more effective thinking. So you can see, right, the accuracy for this reasoning, scientific figure reasoning, right here, you will see that they have 3 mode available: low, medium and high for thinking part, right? And this is OpenAI O3 here. If you compare it, right, GPT-5 with thinking is performing far better than OpenAI O3, and O3 was the best model in industry at the time, right? Everyone was competing with O3. Similarly, for SWE, we just saw that thinking alone is increasing 2 to 3 times the results, right? And let's look at what they have delivered. So they got more honest responses, and they collaborated with Windsurf, they collaborated with Cursor, and everyone said that GPT-5 is the best model in the market right now for coding. So so for the availability, right, GPT-5 Pro, it's we are also releasing GPT-5 Pro, replacing O3 Pro, a variant of GPT-5 that thinks for even longer, right? And GPT-5 Pro achieves the highest performance in the GPT-5 family on several challenging intelligent benchmarks. Now, GPT-5 thinking 68% of time is preferred more, right? GPT-5 Pro, because GPT-5 Pro is even better than GPT-5 thinking, because the architecture of the model must be really different, because they have not evaluated on small data set but 1000 economically valuable real world reasoning prompts. So yeah, GPT-5 Pro also made 22% fewer major errors and excelled in health, science and mathematics. Now coming to usage, 5 is available in ChatGPT, replacing default 4.0, O3 and every model. When it comes to paid thinking mode, paid users can still select GPT-5 thinking from the model picker or type something like think hard about this in the prompt to ensure reasoning is used in generating a response. This is really nice, right? Typing think hard about this. Okay. Now availability and access, it is available to all, you can see. Now Pro and Plus subscribers get unlimited access to GPT-5 and access to GPT-5 Pro. GPT-5 Pro is not available for free users. So if you are someone who loves this, you guys can go and take the subscription this month. I usually don't require that. Fortunately, my company has the enterprise subscription and we enjoy that, right? Now, for the developers also, they have this whole blog that how coding is helping. They got the CEO of JetBrain also. They got CEO from Cursor and the co-founders from Cursor, and they took their reviews. You guys can go and watch this video. It's really good, right? And throughout this whole blog, if you read, right, this for GPT-5 for developers, you will see the quality, right? The code which is written by LLMs was never a big thing, right? They were capable, LLMs were capable of writing codes from GPT 3.5. But if you see the quality content, right, the understanding structures of front end, right, okay, that this needs to be here, was not available before. I remember Claude 4 Sonnet was something I realized that okay, this model is capable of understanding the structures and giving it a design, and then you can maybe use it to even push code in production, right? But GPT-5, just by writing 10 lines, you are able to achieve really good front end pages. And I personally think is front end ready from now. We'll have to see. So they have this whole gallery here where you guys can go and check how good GPT-5 is in coding. Okay. When it comes to agentic task, almost everyone, guys, everyone, Manners, Notion, GenSpark, Inditex, Zendesk, Canva, everyone has said GPT-5 is excelled at every level of agentic tasks, right? So again, this video is really good. You guys can go and watch what are their views on this. Okay. For instruction following, GPT-5 follows instruction more reliably than any of its predecessors. And if you see, GPT-5 follows 99% of instructions in free-form writing. It follows 70% instruction in multi-challenge, multi-turn instruction following, and API instruction following internal, it follows 64% of time. Okay, cool. Now, looking at this, you guys can say, well, this must be thinking about RAG, right? The needle in a haystack problem. Now, here, GPT-5 is, I think, at least 20% above, right? If you look at GPT 4.1, right? 4.1, which is the best model here. Yeah, that is 83%, and if you keep decreasing it, it will go to, I think, 56% to mean match ratio, right? Yeah, 56%, and it started from 83%. GPT-5 starts from 99% and it goes till 86.8%. So this MMR, right, it's really important in RAG and this needle in a haystack solution. And I personally feel when we are going to benchmark this model is going to perform really good, yeah, right? So I'll share you guys my findings from the research, and stay tuned for that. Yeah. Now this detailed benchmark is available, and the best part of GPT is they never compare themselves with any other model like Gemini, Claude. They don't feel like we need to compare ourselves with any other company. We were the early bird in this whole domain, and this proves, right, that everyone is still, you know, thinking to compete with GPT. Although I would say Google and Anthropic have been able to outperform them, but after GPT-5, I still feel they are back in game and they will still continue to dominate the market for a really long time. Now, when it comes to pricing, you guys can blindly switch to GPT-5 from GPT 4.1 blindly. It's cheaper from $2 to 1.25, and here the cost reduction is 8 to 10. So depends, if you are using thinking, maybe it will not be cheaper, but if you're not using thinking, I think it should be fine. It should almost be same depending on what context you usually guys work on. Let's say my company, we work on RAG, so I personally feel GPT-5 is going to perform really well there because our input cost is high and output cost is less, right? So yeah, in that way. So yeah guys, this was it for the video. If you look at this artificial analysis.ai, we still don't have GPT-5 here because it just got released, I think, 1 to 2 hours back, and maybe by tomorrow after 24 hours, maybe on the other side, if you think about it, right, everyone must be really busy benchmarking all the things that are available and putting them in their papers, in their blogs. So it will be interesting to see how the world reacts to it. And by tomorrow, I think we will be having GPT-5 here, and it should get somewhere between Grok 4 and Gemini 2.5 Pro, I guess 62, or it can be 64. We'll have to see. And speed wise, I think latency wise, I did not explore much because the time was less. But you know, nowadays people are fine with having latency less if the accuracy is really high. The thing which is happening with Gemini 2.5 Pro. Maybe it takes a lot of thinking tokens, but the accuracy I see with Gemini 2.5 Pro, it's fabulous, right? You give it any algorithmic problem, it will think a lot. It will make some chain of thought and chain of notes where it will keep redirecting to it if it fails somewhere, and then it will produce such an answer that you won't have to tell it again to fix it, right? That's the beauty of Gemini 2.5 Pro, I felt like. So yeah, we'll have to see guys. I'll definitely do my testing on GPT-5 and I'll let you guys know my thoughts on it, and you guys can comment down and tell me what are your views on GPT-5, how you guys think it can change the front end and back end coding part, and what use case you guys will be using it for. So yeah, that was it for the video. Thank you and have a nice day.